So today we were not expecting many people, right? Because most of people are bathing Shivalingam somewhere right now. But we will speak about Shivaratri also today because tomorrow is night of Shivaratri. And I was honored to speak about it last year, but the topic is pretty big, wide, and beautiful. So there's so many things to say about Lord Shiva. And I decided to speak a little bit from Brihad-bhagavatamrita today. And to be able to understand the mood of Lord Shiva and the mood of devotees, and to learn a couple of lessons that we really need to learn ourselves and that we can learn from Lord Shiva himself. Brihad-bhagavatamrita is a beautiful scripture. Actually, on the upper shelf in our bookshelf, you can buy the scripture. It's a, you can say it's Puranic scripture that describe it. It is said that if Srimad Bhagavatam is quintessence of all Vedas, then Brihad-bhagavatamrita is quintessence of Srimad Bhagavatam. And the beginning of Brihad-bhagavatamrita starts with Narada Muni traveling around and agitating people. And we will tell in what way he is doing that. So we need to start philosophical. And there is a couple of lessons we want to learn, but I will just speak until my time what's the name? Ends for my lecture, and how we will be able to, and how much we'll cover, we'll be happy with that, okay? I'm not promising that I will cover everything what is planned and all the lessons that is there for us. But to begin with, I just want to say that mind of usual person, mundane person like me, functions in main categories like dharma, religiosity, artha, means not wellness, welfare, right? Welfare, yes, economical welfare, and kama, the satisfaction of our material desires. That's how we function. That's how our mind functions, right? So basically, when we look at this world, we want to we put this world through the prism of these things, right? How can I satisfy myself? How can I gain something? And is it according to morality, principles? But bhakti is a little different, right? You cannot just define bhakti like that. And bhakti is something that calls bhav. Bhav means mood, right? It's easy to describe kama. Here's the cake, it's tasty. Easy to describe it. Or artha, this is how can I get something, I will be happy with that. But mood, even your mood right now, is it easy to describe which mood I am in right now? It's not an easy thing, even from mundane point of view, right? Any man will tell, I'm okay, probably, right? That's all how we describe. But it's a complex thing, right? So bhakti is a complex thing, and we cannot. It's easy also to judge, like dharma, artha, and kama, right? It's easy to understand what, according to this metrics, right? What is morally normal or not, right? Stealing is not good, killing is not good. You know, it's many things. They're quite simple. It's there in us, right? This is enjoyable. This is not enjoyable. This is hot. This is cold, right? This is good for my material situation. This is not. It's very easy metrics. But how you can measure bhakti like that? How we can judge that person has bhakti or not? If we can judge how a person materially developed, right? He has money, he has house, whatever, you know, or how he enjoy This person enjoys more, this one is less. But how we can understand how much bhakti the person have? Do you have any suggestions? Please don't freeze. Don't worry. Yes. Rajavidi Prabhu, please. Now what I'm saying about others. Can you see how much bhakti do Arjuna have? Service attitude is very nice. Service attitude means actions, right? And more? What about words if someone say, I have bhakti? Do we believe this person? Humility. No, how you show humility? Oh, this is the answer to be truth. So even by actions to be true, the point, it's very hard to judge about bhakti by actions also, because someone maybe wants to do some pious activity. I come, I serve others, but I don't want bhakti. I want something for myself, right? Even by actions, it's very hard to judge if persons have bhakti. By words, we don't encounter in Kali Yuga. People say so many things. But basically, the answer is the motive. But how we know the motives of other people? This is a very, very complex thing. So, because actions also can be mundane dharma. So you can see the thing is that more complicated and free living being is, the more difficult and hard to understand the motives of the person. And more highly elevated people are, or person is more hard to understand the motives of the person, right? And more the person free from clutches of material energy, it's also harder to understand this kind of person. Is it right? Yeah, but it's about the motive. We will speak about it. So it's hard to understand the motives of others. And that's why Srila Prabhupada, he's told this shloka many times. Yanrachita Krishna prema kare udoy, tanra vakya kriya mudra vijeshana bujoy. Even the most learned cannot understand the words, activities, and symptoms of person who is situated in love of God. So it means if one have love of God, you cannot understand what he is doing, why he is doing this or that. It's oftentimes you see the saintly person and you think, what's going on? I cannot understand. And I think when you look at Shiva, it's also hard to understand. Like when the Daksha was blaspheming Shiva, he was saying, look at you, you're surrounded by whom? By all kinds of demons. You're covering your body with the ashes from the burning ground where they burn dead people. You have snakes surrounding you. So how you can understand Shiva like that? This is not an easy thing. And you see, that's how our mind works, right? Our mind wants to do what? Our mind works dharma, artha, kama. Moksha, maybe at the best, moksha. And our mind wants to interpret others, right? We want to interpret. Oh, he's doing that probably because of this. And basically what we're doing, we're pouring our motives on others, right? So when our mind have this tendency, try to ask yourself, am I pure devotee to see the motives of others? Am I like connected to Paramatma so closely, or to the super soul in the heart, that I would be able to see the motives of other people? Actually, is it their motive? Do I actually know? Or it's just my mind is dictating to me right now? And this tendency is there. And when we hear that others doing it in front of us, we also should understand that probably if they are not saintly people, probably they just put their own material designations and put it on other people and kind of judge like that. But what we really need to seek in others and we must do it, is to seek for the spiritual motives. And this is a much harder thing to understand, because our mind is putting the stickers on people very easily. Oh, this is that. Pow. It's like a sticker, you know. But to try to see deep inside that, to other spiritual motives, which is mostly good, actually. It's always good motives, right? That needs a training, and we need to train our mind like that. I remember I was living in Brahmacharya ashram, you know, and we were traveling by bus, and just imagine 20 grown-up men living in one metal box, traveling around, very stressful. And whenever I was coming to someone and saying, coming to my spiritual guide, and I was telling him, oh, this person doing this, doing that, he's like this, he's like that. He was telling me, first thing he was telling me, now, wait. Now tell me 5 good things about this person. And it was so easy to tell, this is wrong. But then I needed to sit down and really think a lot. How can I find 5 good things in this person? And then our minds start to change like that when we train our mind like that. So interpreted motives of others, it's a wrong thing. It's a wrong thing. And we will learn at least some of that, how we'll do that, how to find the spiritual motives of others. And Narada Muni will teach us today. And, the bhava of devotees, bhava of devotees is very simple. Devotees wants to serve Krishna, and then they don't like to be glorified. So Brihad-bhagavatamrita is beginning of Brihad-bhagavatamrita is there. When Narada Muni comes to different devotees, he comes first to Brahma and start to glorify Brahma. And Brahma listening to him and becomes agitated, because for devotees this is very painful experience, right? Why I'm glorified? But Narada is very tricky. He's a politician in some way. He wants to get all these devotees emotionally excited, like that. But for devotees, very painful. Therefore, there is this beautiful shloka that Lord Chaitanya says in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Na prema gandosti darapi me haro krandami saubhagya baram prakashitum vamshi vilasi anana lokanam vina bibharmi yat prana pratangakam vrita. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, he said, my dear friends, I don't have any love to Godhead in my heart. When you see me crying in so-called separation, I am only just falsely exhibiting. I'm just demonstrating. I'm just pretending. Or that I have this great fortune. He says, but the problem is that I don't see the face of Krishna playing his flute. And that means that if I don't have Krishna, if I don't see Krishna, all my crying is just a show. And that's why. And if you don't have Krishna, your life has no purpose. That's all this cries, crocodile tears. So that's what the real devotee feel. When we come to devotee and say, you are so great, you are crying in ecstasy. Devotee says, no, I'm crying because I feel bad for myself. This is all I have. I don't see Krishna in front of me. How can I be happy? No, I don't have any bhakti. So whenever we try to glorify devotees, wait a minute. Whenever we try to glorify devotees will never accept. They will never accept that they are devotees. They will be feeling painful for this kind of words. So that was the plan of Narada Muni. Now I will come to all these great devotees and I will glorify them and I will get their bhav out. So that was his plan, right? Because as we say, we cannot understand the motive of person, right? So he was like, okay, I have this trick how I will get the motive of the person out. So after Brahmaji, he sent him, he said, don't come to, I'm not devotee. Brahma says, I'm not devotee. You go to Lord Shiva. So Narada, he jumps over Viraja river and he comes to the spiritual Kailash. He comes to the Shiva Loka. And the first thing that he see that after worshipping Sankarshan, Shiva and Parvati, they dance in ecstasy and singing kirtan. And Narada, see that Shiva doesn't notice him. He's just in ecstasy. And Narada joins kirtan. And Shiva is singing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Ramo, Hare Hare. What Narada is doing, Narada catches the raga and starts to glorify Shiva. Oh Shiva, you're so great, you're so wonderful. You're the best devotee, oh Shiva Mahadev. And he goes like that, and Shiva doesn't notice him anymore. So Narada starts to dance in front of Lord Shiva and glorify him. And Lord Shiva says, wait, what's going on? I don't understand. What's going on right now? Shiva had cognitive dissonance. And he said, let's sit down. And they sit down, and Narada started to glorify Shiva. He said, oh Shiva, you are not different from Vishnu. You and Vishnu, you are the same. Oh Shiva. And Shiva, he became agitated. He didn't know what to do with that. And he said, please stop. Please stop. Because Sanatana Goswami comments on this, and he says that Shiva is Vishnu Bhakti Pravartaka. Vishnu Bhakti Pravartaka means that the one who is there to bring other to Vishnu Bhakti. Bring other people. This is his life and soul. He wants to bring others to Vishnu Bhakti. So Shiva starts to become angry. And he starts to chastise Narada and saying, what are you? Stop telling this right now. And Narada saw Shiva in the anger mood, and he stopped it. At some point, he understood, okay, he got angry. And then Narada started to say, Shiva, you're a great devotee. You are such a great devotee. And he started to glorify Shiva in this way, that way. Vaishnavanam Yatach Shambho. He said, you're the best of all, amongst all the Vaishnavas. And Shiva, he didn't understand what's happening, what's going on. But he already felt quite painful, because this is not the mood of Shiva Mahadev. He wants to bring others to Krishna. Why? He's glorified separately. And first argument that Narada says, why Shiva is such a great devotee, he says, because Shiva, you are so great because other Vaishnavas are worshipping you. All other devotees are worshipping you. Therefore, you are the greatest, right? And we can see, like, you go to any dham, in any dham, you first meet who? Kshetrapal, the protector of Dham, right? You go to Vrindavan, you get Gopishwar Mahadev is there. You go to Govardhan, you get Chakleshwar Mahadev is there. You go to Nandagram, there's Asheshwar Mahadev. You go to Mathura, there is Bhuteshwar Mahadev. And you go anywhere, even in Vishnu temples. I was in Ananta Padmanabh Swami temple in Kerala. And first you come into huge Vishnu temple, there's a Mahadev standing there. And all the devotees, they come first to Mahadev to ask for his blessings first. So therefore, Narada says, you know who is Vishnu. You are so dear to Vishnu, and that's for all the devotees, they worshipped you. Right? And next argument that Narada gives, he says, sorry, I'm a little sick. He says, you're glorifying Krishna or Shiva, but Krishna is glorifying you. Moreover, that Krishna is worshipping you. And there are so many instances of Krishna worshipping Shiva, Ramachandra worshipping Shiva, right? So one of the instances is when, was it Rukmini? Samba, whose son he is? Krishna and Rukmini? Yeah. Jambavati, yes. So Jambavanti, she wants to have a son. She couldn't get a son. So somebody advised Krishna. That's funny thing. That Lord, he can do anything, but the Lord to glorify his devotees. Somebody advised Krishna, said, you need to worship Shiva. You need to do certain austerity for Lord Shiva. And then Narada, he mentions that. Do you remember Krishna was for 12 years worshipping you, or dear Lord Shiva, to get a son. And you came and gave blessings to Lord Krishna. And then Shiva he feels shame. He feels so ashamed. And he says to Narada, of course, just imagine, Lord is doing austerity. What should I do? I should not come. I must appear in front of my Lord. But when I appear in front of my Lord and my Lord is asking me for the blessing, what should I do? I should say, I don't give you blessing. No, my Lord wants it from me, so I do it for him. So Shiva says, I feel so shamed. I feel so bad about this. But it happened, I did it just as a service to the Lord. Just imagine that. So Lord Shiva, he felt shame. He said, this is not true. This is just Durvita Karya Tara Lila Vaibhav. This is the terminology. This is just a Lila Vaibhav. This is such an unfortunate coincidence that I needed to participate in Leelas Leelas of Krishna in such a way. That's basically what Shiva is telling that. He says, I'm offending Krishna. I'm just an offender that I need to come and bless Krishna. And Narada says, no, you cannot offend Krishna. Because those who love each other, they cannot offend each other. When Yashoda is running for Krishna with the stick, is she offending Krishna by that? No. It's just a pastimes of the Lord. She's serving the Lord like that. And Krishna is the most happy running away from Yashoda. So he says that the one who loves each other, they cannot offend each other. And this is the first argument, that you cannot offend Krishna. Krishna doesn't accept offense from you. And then Narada Muni proves the point. He proves the point with the story of Banasura. Who knows the story of Banasura? Rajvidya Prabhu knows. Okay, I'm not very good storyteller because my English is not very good. But Banasura was a great demon, and he had 1,000 hands. 1,000 hands. Demons can, And he was very good mridanga player. One very dear to me guru, his name is Mahadev Swami. I was playing mridanga for him. He called me Banasura one time. I was too much mridanga in kirtan, So I was blah, blah, blah. He was here, Banasura. So Banasura was playing mridangas, many mridangas like that, in such intricate ways. And Shiva was dancing to it. Shiva was dancing. Shiva is Nataraja. He was dancing to Banasura's playing. And Shiva was so happy dancing for so long that he said, I will give you any blessing. And the problem with the demons, that they are serving, but service humiliates them. They feel humiliated by service. Because when devotees serve, this is his pleasure, right? Devotee's pleasure to serve, her pleasure. But for demons, it's humiliating, right? What is the name of other demon who was doing such a great austerity for Lord Shiva that he asked Lord Shiva, whoever I will touch, their what? Bhasmasura. What? Vrikasura. Yes. So this demon, and first thing what he did, Vrikasura, he started to change Lord Shiva to check if it will. So you see, they are doing austerities for the Lord to get something for themselves, but they are doing austerity out of the hate to the Lord, basically. Right? And devotee, he's opposite, right? So this Banasura, he said, okay, so Shiva, you be my lifeguard. You be my security. And he started to go around, doing all kinds of mischief around the universe, and nobody could do anything to him. And Shiva felt pain. So Lord Vishnu came, uh, and he brought his Sudarshan chakra, and or Lord Krishna brought his Sudarshan chakra and cut 996 of his hands. So only 6 hands left. And, I'm sorry, 4 hands left. So, and he was about to kill Banasura. And what Krishna said? Krishna said, I'm sorry, and Lord Shiva said, Krishna, please be merciful to this guy. He's under my protection. Please don't kill him. And what Krishna did? He said, of course, no problem. Moreover, let this Banasura will be your eternal companion in his spiritual form. And since I left his 4 hands, let his 4 hands stay with him. He will get his divine form in 4 hands. So just imagine such mercy. Lord Shiva said, please don't kill this demon. And Krishna said, of course, no problem. Moreover, I will give him all kinds of benedictions and boons. If you compare this story to story of Lord Nrsimha, when Hiranyakashipu was doing austerities and Lord Brahma came to him, and Lord Brahma gave this boon to Lord to Hiranyakashipu, that Hiranyakashipu would be so powerful, he could not be killed, not in the sky, not on the earth, and so many other things. What has happened after Hiranyakashipu was killed? Lord Nrsimha turned to Brahma and in great anger and said, don't give these blessings anymore like that. And nobody got any boons and benedictions, right? And Lord Brahma was very much afraid for his life at that point. But and that's how Narada Muni is proving the point. Shiva, you are so dear to Lord that in your presence he gives the benedictions to all the demons, to such a demons like that. So that was one of his arguments, that you cannot offend. Although you gave this boon to this Banasura, you gave the boon to be powerful, be his security guard, and so many bad things happened, Krishna didn't even look at that because you are so dear to the Lord. So this was the first argument, and we have some time, right? 5 minutes, and then we have japa. Okay, and I have 3 more arguments. So second argument was that when demon asked, and it's another thing why you are so dear, Lord Shiva, to Lord Krishna. He said, when demon ask for blessings from you, and if these blessings are against the Lord, you always give them blessing with a trap. You give them tricky blessings. And there was many stories like he gave the story of Paundrak. Sudakshina. When Sudakshina, after his brother Paundraka, who was basically faking that he's Vishnu, he was killed by the Lord. Then this Sudakshina he was chanting Om Namah Shivaya, and then Lord Shiva appeared and he said, I want to kill Krishna, this Sudakshina said. And then Lord Shiva said, okay, you do the yagya, this was Abhichara yagya, to kill someone. And he did this yagya, and then the Agni came out and said, whom should I kill? And then he said to Agni, go to Mathura. And in Mathura, Agni met Sudarshan Chakra, and they both came to this Sudakshina and killed Sudakshina and all his people. So that was blessing of Lord Shiva. So basically Narada give it as example that Lord Shiva never gives you benediction if it's against the Lord. So many people say that Shiva is so merciful, you can ask so many material things to him, but it's not true. It's not true because his task is to bring one to the Lord. That's what he wants, right? Vishnu Bhakti Pravartaka, right? He will bring you to the Lord Vishnu. And therefore, I will skip the third one because we don't have time. We need to chant japa together. But there was a story from Puranas actually, when the Lord Shiva came to Lord Vishnu, saying that you are more honored than me. Let people worship me. So Lord Shiva says, I want to be worshipped also. He requested that people would worship him. And Narada mentions that. And then Narada explained by glorifying Shiva like that. He says, because he wants to, Lord Shiva wanted to come and say, I want to be your devotee. Make me my devotee, although he was devotee. But you don't come like that because this is Shiva himself. Just imagine like someone who is a very important person, VIP, minister of, whatever, Denmark, comes to you and asks for some blessing. You would be like, who am I, right? So Lord Shiva comes to Lord Vishnu and says, let people worship me. Because what is higher than worshipping of the Lord? Who knows? Yes. Yeah, worshipping of devotee. So Lord Shiva's plan was, if people will worship me, devotee of the Lord, people will come to the Lord himself. So that's the beauty. Oh, you see, I have my computer finished. That's good. The Lord gives signs. So if people will worship me, people will worship devotee, then people will come to the Lord. And therefore you see so many lower entities, they come to Lord Shiva and getting elevated. They become devotees. And I actually know many devotees of Lord Krishna who came to Lord Krishna through the worship of Lord Shiva. I remember my dear friend Subal Ananda, he was, the first I gave him Rudraksha beads, and he started to chant Om Namah Shivaya. And then after basically 1 week, he started to chant Hare Krishna. Somehow he came to this realization naturally. So that's the Lord Shiva's pleasure to bring everyone to Krishna. Otherwise, what kind of chance do we have? What kind of chance all of us people like me with the face of Buddha and and demon to be able to turn to Krishna with this kind of face? And people of Denmark and other countries, right? Where Srila Prabhupada said, the place where palm trees doesn't grow is not fit for living. So that's our places. So the mercy of Lord Shiva like that people from all over the world that could come to Krishna